Well, hello, young people and those who are young at heart. Today we have a very, very special mystery guest who is joining us. This person is someone who is very dear to Inverclyde Youth for Christ. This person is also someone that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. So let's have a little drum roll.
Hello! I do that without my hair like getting everywhere. Hi!
Hi, it's Jill. Jill is our youth worker. It is great to see you, Jill.
Thank you.
Can you just tell us where you've been?
I have been here in this house basically for the last year. I have been off on maternity leave. I have just had my first baby just by meeting a year ago.
Oh, yay! And what's your baby called?
He is called Samuel and he is just coming up on 11 months. So it's starting to get really scary and real that he's going to be a year old very soon.
Yeah. So tell us, Jill, what has it been like becoming a mum?
It's been scary, it's been exciting, it's been fun, it's been devastating, it's been crazy. It's a whole bunch of emotions you can name, because you are so excited to meet that little life, but you're also terrified because you're like, responsible for a human staying alive. So I've managed almost a year of keeping a human alive. But it's every day is different, every day is fun, but there's also frustration in the days, and there's days where you just sit on the couch in your PJs and you'll have a cry, and that's what happens.
So Jill, in the past 6 months or so, you too, even though you've not been at Inverclyde Youth for Christ, you too, like everybody else, have experienced lockdown. So perhaps you could give us a little bit of insight into what life has been like for you during lockdown.
Life has been different. Before lockdown, I tried to get out of the house as much as I could. I think partly it was a little bit of being a bit afraid to be on my own with a baby in case I did it wrong. So I would get out as much as I could. I would go places, go and see people. So when lockdown happened, that stopped all that, and the first few weeks were really nerve-wracking. But very, very fortunately, my husband Andrew has been working from home throughout lockdown, and his job actually hasn't changed too much, which is really good. But it gave us that flexibility of he was about, so he was there if I needed him. And lockdown actually has been quite a positive experience for us. We were just Samuel was just 6 months at the beginning of lockdown, so we were just starting to introduce solid food. Which is quite a big milestone, quite a daunting milestone. So lockdown actually forced us to be in the house, but that gave us the opportunity to really stick a routine down and get a food kind of schedule as such. Not schedule, but breakfast, lunch and dinner, as we introduced all those meals, became staples throughout the day. And actually Samuel thrives on routine. He's just like his dad, my husband Andrew. Like, he desperately needs routine in his life. So I've got a son just like that, so we have to kind of be quite ordered with how we do our day.
So you have learned to become extra organised. I mean, you already were an organised person, but you're now an extra organised person to make sure that routine is in place.
Pure necessity.
So I guess because we've not seen you in a year, we also, as Inverclyde Youth for Christ, haven't seen any of the young people that we have been working with for the best part of 6 months now, and we have been creating these videos in the hope that young people in Inverclyde will be watching. So I just wondered really what are your thoughts and feelings about returning to work, having been off for a year?
It's daunting enough, I think, going back to a job, even if you know it inside out and backwards. Coming back to a job that's completely different is really quite scary. But actually it's been really nice catching up with Jen and kind of learning what you've been doing over the last kind of 5-6 months, and seeing how I can link into that and how I can be doing stuff as well. So I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited about the video stuff. I'm a little bit scared. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. I'm already learning how all the editing works. And I'll make a few mistakes, I'm sure, but we'll get there.
A lot of people have been thrust into the digital realm in a way that they weren't before. There's so many people across the country who have suddenly had to get to grips with technology, and sometimes it's great and sometimes it is not. Like I discovered yesterday when I tried to film a video, thought I was filming it for the best part of 2 hours and discovered that I wasn't actually filming it at all, so I have to start all over again today. So
that is devastating. Genuinely devastating.
I wanted to cry. I didn't cry, but I wanted to cry.
Well done for not crying.
Thank you. One thing that I was interested to know from your perspective is, what's the one thing that you are most looking forward to about being back at work?
I can't wait to see the young folk again. I've really missed just interacting with them, and I've still had a degree of that through church, because we've been doing online stuff, but it is different, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I am, for all it's a bit daunting, I'm quite excited about the video stuff and kind of stretching some muscles and skills that haven't been used in a while. So I'm quite excited about kind of getting a bit more into that as well.
Great. And so we are going to be seeing your first video in not so many days time, maybe about a week or so. We've got to give her some time, you know, to like get a handle on it. She's only just come back.
Yeah, we're on day 3 at the moment.
So I guess you've got an opportunity right here to chat to anybody who has been following the work of Inverclyde Youth for Christ. Is there anything, Jill, that you would like to say?
Just a hi, hello. It's wonderful to be back, and it's wonderful. I was going to say it's wonderful to see people, but I'm not seeing people right now. But it's just wonderful to know that there's a crowd of people out there who are rooting for Inverclyde Youth for Christ, who are supporting us by watching the videos, by sharing the videos, by praying for the organisation, by supporting the organisation in various other ways. It's just so amazing knowing that there's people out there doing that, and you honestly have no idea how much that buoys us on, how much that helps us, just to know that there are people there kind of cheering us on from the sidelines and knowing that we're not alone. Because sometimes when it's such a small team, you can feel alone, and I'm sure, Jen, for the last year you felt very alone. But it's lovely, and it's so reassuring to know there's people there. And one of the big highlights for me right before I went off on maternity was our 30th birthday celebrations, of the amount of people from over 30 years who came together to celebrate the lifetime of Youth for Christ in Inverclyde. And there was just something so magically beautiful about that, and so God-given beautiful about that, because we knew these people, they hadn't forgotten about us. They were still there on the sidelines and cheering us on, and it's just lovely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jill, for coming on, and welcome back. And we very much look forward to seeing more of you over the coming weeks and months as we continue to make our way out of this lockdown COVID-19 experience that we are in. Thank you very much, Jill. Take care.
Bye.